Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. It is currently February 9th and I am going to go ahead and clean up a few transactions that are left over from the week that I haven't gotten to before we go ahead and assign the first paycheck for the month. So looking back on some of these for Capital One, I went and got my hair done. I didn't realize how much I did not feel like myself with the mess that I had on my head until I finally sat down in my hairstylist chair and she went in with the scissors and just sheared off the back, got my undercut back, fixed up, trimmed up the top, so it wasn't like all straggly and everything. And I feel like myself again. So that was really good. These are actually all reconciled because I did finish this. InVenture. Ooh, on Saturday, I went to see the Stray Kids Dominate Experience movie. It was about an hour and 15 minutes or so away from me because it was an IMAX theater and there's not one close to me for that. So I went ahead and went. Halfway there, the car decided to tell me that I was low on oil. I made the decision to just finish the drive and park the car and see the movie, and then I would deal with it afterwards, which I did. I got in the car and I went over to the nearest quick oil change place, which let me actually put in here oil change because that's what I did for this one. And sure enough, it was really low. I don't remember how much it was. They did tell me, I can't remember, but it was lower than it should be. That's for sure. So I got that done. I honestly don't remember when the last time was that I changed my oil. I'm pretty sure it's been longer than I should have left it, more than likely. I really do need to put this stuff in my planner. I am in my planner / journal every day. I'm in there every day. I look at the appointments and see what's coming up for the week. And I journal in it. Not every single day, like I don't do a big, huge journal spread, but some days it's a lot more than others. Others it's just a few words about the day. Even if it's just something like today sucked, that's all that's needed. But yes, I definitely need to make sure to put it in there because I am very, very, very bad at remembering things. And if I have it in a loose paper or like an appointment card, it's just not going to work. I will lose that appointment card and I will not know unless I get a call, if that. So that's good. Sapphire. Oh, yes. So the ticket for the movie that I said that I was going to not cancel or refund, I ended up refunding it because I didn't realize until after I had bought it, like a few days before I went to actually see the movie, that there was a special where if you purchased a set of photo cards from Fandango, that you would get a movie ticket. Now the photo card set was like at $35. So I did that. And I did get the movie ticket. So I went ahead and booked the same theater, got a seat just near the same one that I had already. And then I got the other ticket refunded. So I got back $25. I paid $35 for the photo card set. So it's only technically like around $10. It makes the movie ticket $10. I think that's pretty good. So I got that. Okay. And then Freedom. Oh, was that? Let me reconcile that here. And that was everything, right? Yes. Okay. Just want to make sure. And then for Freedom, this should all be good here. YNAB came out for me earlier this month. So I'm going to reconcile the 7906. And oh yes, for Amazon, the language self-study, I did go ahead and buy a few things for this. So one, I've been doing a lot of notes and I have been practicing the consonants and the vowels on my tablet so much that the tip of my S Pen frayed. So I had to get a new set of tips. And before I bought them, I actually have been getting a lot of recommended videos on YouTube for note taking in the Samsung tablets. And one of the videos I came across was using a paper feel screen protector and a metal tip. And I was like, that sounds interesting because it did not take that long for me to fray this. I've had this tablet for quite a bit now, and I don't really use the S Pen all that much. It hasn't been until really recently when I started this whole journey, this whole self-study thing, that I was using it nonstop daily, and so much that it started not even responding appropriately. Like I would put the pen down on a spot, but it would write like above where I was putting it, like quite a bit above. So it wasn't even like tracking it very well anymore. So I went ahead and did that. And I also got a book that's been recommended on a lot of social media because I have started following a lot of accounts that either teach vocab words and stuff like that. And all of these accounts are from native Thai speakers because I figured that would give me a better chance of actually knowing how to like say the words correctly, get their meanings accurately, and things like that. And there's been a lot of recommendations from students like me who are also doing self-study, because that also has come up for this book, which is Reading and Writing Thai. I've seen mixed reviews for it, where some are like, it's very fundamental and there's not a lot of use for it, and others are like it's a good resource to have for later on if you need to look at the rules, grammar rules, and things like that again if you forget something. And I leafed through it a little bit. I haven't started studying from it, but I went through and I looked at a few things and I was like, yeah, this looks like a really good resource. Like I wouldn't necessarily use it to teach me how to say the words or say consonants or how exactly you're supposed to use the tones, but I would use it to know where to add them if I am writing. I'm still not 100% up to speed with all of that. And I do like how structured the book is. I know that can be really dry and boring to read, and it probably will get boring after a while. But I like the structure because I don't have a basis for structure at this time. I am very new to this whole self-study situation. I've never really done that before. So being able to have something that is structured in a specific way where you can have like make your lessons kind of fit, how it's laid out, I think will help me to be able to then structure the rest of what I want to do. I'm really looking forward to using it in and incorporating it into my little self-study situation that I have going on. With the metal tip for the S Pen and the screen protector, I love them. Oh my goodness, where has this been? For some reason, it's making writing on a tablet a lot easier. And I think it's because it gives that almost like, it has like a grittier texture than a regular glass screen protector, things like that. So it almost feels, and you get that sound too, the little sound when you write on like paper, when you're using like paper and pencil, it feels like that almost. So you get like the little swish of the pencil and stuff, but it's the S Pen. So it's fantastic. And I think it's going to make practicing the lettering and stuff a lot easier as well. So I'm very happy with that purchase. And I think that is all that I had for transactions. Yes, that is all. Okay. 4 overspends, but that is because I'm spending without assigning the paycheck. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to do the Volvo first. I've already sent $500 to the SunCheck account to be able to transfer over to the loan. It hasn't hit yet. It'll hit sometime either tomorrow or the next day. But $450 from this month and an additional $50 from last month. So last month I was kind of going back and forth whether I wanted to go ahead and use some money from the fun categories especially those that I'm not using at this time, and see if I wanted to kind of use that to give a little bit extra into the car loan. And I did. I went ahead and took $50 in total and I put it into the category. And then with the $450 this month, that will be $500. And like I said, I've already sent that over. I've started the transfer. Once that's done, I will go ahead and then transfer the $500 into the loan. All right, then for bills, the next one I do have to cover right now is Nationwide. All right, so let's go ahead and do the half funds. So for the adulting, groceries have been going really, really well so far. We did have a pretty big grocery trip right at the beginning of the month, $232, but there were things here that included both of my sisters. So they did give me money for that. So it offset the cost. I did have to go just a few days later to get some of the stuff that did not come from what I had ordered, because I guess they were out or something, and offset that. And then I went there yesterday just to get a couple of additional stuff, like more milk, because we go through milk like crazy here. Just, we're always out of milk. And then just a few additional things that we wanted to get. But we're still within budget for the first half. Have $78 still left to go, which is really good. Okay, let's go ahead and do the reserve next. And then we're going to fund half. Okay. So yes, so I did use $152 and I still have $122. Is a little low. If anything does happen that I need to change something like a tire or something like that, that will probably cover one tire, but I would like to have a little bit extra in here. So I'll see if I can put anything additional towards the end of the month. If not, then I'll just hope that nothing else happens. I do really want to take the car at some point in the next few months to kind of get some things checked out, just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Like, I haven't checked on the brakes in a while, the battery, you know, just kind of those maintenance things, just to make sure that everything is running smoothly and nothing is on the verge of breaking down. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do half for these as well, since I have still some available. And then the 50 for the Roth. I can do the full 100 for the savings. And then this should be enough. Yep, this is enough to fund half of the fund categories here. And that just leaves me with $2.35. There's a lot of places that I could just go ahead and put this $2. There's the car fund, especially since I used it up a bit. There's the health fund, the feel good. I do have to kind of get going with this a little bit. For right now, this is just what I'm going to be adding. I'm hoping to add a little more throughout the year, here and there. There's the car itself, but since I've already sent out what I was going to send for the first portion for this month, I'm going to put this $235 to the oil change category. Try to offset a little bit of what I used up. And then for the self-study, of course, this is going to be covered by what I have in the wishing well, since that is what that money is for. And I still have 73 if there's anything else that I want to get for this, or if I want to add an additional wish item. This one's not happening yet. But if I want to add an additional wish item, then I have $73 there, or I just can keep accumulating. And right now, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep accumulating the money in there and then maybe just use it for additional resources that I might need. There is a second book that I do want to get that has had better reviews than this one, but this second book is more expensive. And it would wipe out a significant amount of what I have in there. And since I got this one right now, I'm just going to work off this one, do the exercises. This one also does have audio that I can go and download to go with the lessons. So this is going to be really good. It's got quizzes in there, so I'll be able to kind of test my knowledge and things like that, and be able to know what I should be gearing towards learning. And hopefully this gets me one step closer to being able to really hone in on all the vocab and being able to speak and all of that. So I am very excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm super excited. It's been fun so far, and I hope it keeps being fun more and more and more. Oh, I assigned an additional 25 to this on accident. So I actually have some money left over. I actually have $25 left over. I think I probably still had it tagged in when I did the half fund for this. So let's see. Where do I want to put that 25? You know, I think I will do it for the oil changes. Yeah. And that hits me at just under 150. So that's a good amount to have in there for right now. My goal with these is to try to get at least these four. Not this one necessarily, but these four, to try to get them around 250 and then up to 500, just to have that extra in there as like a safety net for the individual sections that are listed here. The feel good, anything that's in here is just going to get transferred to the HSA. I'm not really looking at how much I'm going to save in here because it's all going into the other account. With regards to the 400 and something dollars from last month, I decided not to get the refund for that because the money that I used for it was meant for health anyway. And I don't want to take from what I currently have in the HSA. I'd rather just keep it in there as a good safety net for anything that I might need. So that's what I've decided for that right now. And hopefully I can add a good amount throughout the year so I can get a few things completed that I've been waiting on. And that is pretty much it for today. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and listening. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.